Sweet. We are live again. Back in the lab, I just thought, what the heck? Let's continue assembling this quad, and I thought I'd hang out with you guys. So hopefully, the broadcast will work. And with any luck, I should be able to actually keep up with you guys in chat, maybe. I really wish this app worked a little better, but hey, what the heck? This is kind of fun being able to go live once in a while and actually chat with you guys. Cheers, Armando. I cheated a little bit. I went ahead. What I did today, I fixed my 210. This is the 210 quad that I put in the drink on Sunday. I got it all dried out, and I found out why. I went in the drink. It was actually the board camera had failed. Once I got everything dried out, I saw the same darn black screen through my goggles that caused me to crash in the first place. So I had to change out the board cam. Got that all set. Everything reassembled. Had to resolder to the flight controller. I took it out, and I had a flight with it tonight, and added these dowel props. These, I think they're 50-45 tri-blades. Holy smokes, does this thing scream now. You guys gotta get one of these. If you don't have a little race quad, just grab one. Man, these things are nuts. You can buy this 225 right now from Gear Best for $160 all in. Like, there is some clone parts, like it is a clone F3 board, but geez, these things work awesome. You guys have I highly recommend it. It's a bloody blast. Hopefully, with any luck, we can have our chat work and everything. What is going on with the... Wow. What's going on with the white balance? That's special. Cheers, Armando. No, we can't do anything with this. Why? Why? There. Please stay that way. Nope. It does. This phone does not like that white balance. Anyway, so I got this after I reassembled the 210. I went ahead and soldered the wires for our electronic speed controls to these RS-2205 red bottom motors, screamers. All I did was trim them back and removed all that lead-free solder crap and replaced it with rosin core. Just used my solder sucker on it. You saw a little bit of that last night on the other live show that I did. So yeah, it's kind of fun to be able to catch up with you guys more often. We'll see how often I can do these shows. Hopefully I can keep them up. But so what we got to do before I can mount the PDB, we got to have all of these fasteners for the arms Loctited in, because a few of them come through and actually mount the PDB. So before I go soldering all that and dealing with all these wires, basically there's nothing to it. The wires just go on. We've got a positive rail and a negative rail. But before we set all that up, let's get all the frame kind of just Loctited, and just gives me a chance to shoot the breeze with you guys. It's nothing, no crazy rocket science here, but we've got our blue Loctite, blue only, guys. Loctite 243, blue. Do not use red. You will hate yourself. You will never get your quad back apart. It will be a well and true nightmare. And this is the workshop for you guys that maybe haven't seen it before. Soldering irons. We've got power supplies and all my meters and stuff, but I suspect a good portion of you guys that are going to be viewing this have seen this stuff before, but that's our setup. And yeah, try and do more of these live shows and just catch up with you guys. Throw a comment in chat if you're out there. I will try and keep up the best I can. But so we just add a little bit of goop on here. Of course, I got a whole bunch on my fenders, but that's okay. We just want to wipe off the excess and go ahead and plug it in. We're going to have to work a little quickly because these are not, we don't want to tighten them all down because these arms kind of all nestle together. So I would much rather do final tightening kind of all at once. And for that, you've got I don't know what the official cure time of this stuff is, but you got a little time to work with it. We'll see though. And you definitely don't want to have a lot on there, because we actually, being the PDB is going to be fastened on the far side, we don't want a whole bunch of Loctite all over those threads and make a hell of a mess of things. I wonder if my chat is working. Can somebody throw a message in chat just to make sure that I can actually see it at all? That would be really appreciated. I saw Armando's earlier, but this is not like my normal live shows streaming, which I have OBS Studio and I can do camera switching. Chat works. Thank you, Fritz and Lab. Appreciate that. It does work. Awesome. Picture is great. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. It's just being shot on my iPhone 5S, so when I replace that in the upcoming weeks, I think we'll be in even better shape. The picture will be pretty good. This is really convenient to go live on the bench to just use the mobile app. I kind of like not having to deal with a whole PC and stuff. There's trade-offs, but like the chat is obnoxiously fast. You've only got a second. You've only got about 3 seconds to view your message and then it's gone. Maybe the super chats will stick around longer, but yeah, always going to be trade-offs, right? Once we get all these fastened down, we're going to be in good shape. This quad's going to be coming together. This thing is going to be a rocket. It's going to be an absolute insane. The 210 I just showed you that I dumped in the drink, that thing, I can't believe how well these things work for just cheap equipment. They're not very expensive. The unboxings and initial reviews are on my channel. You can check them out. They're under $200, and you're all in except for a receiver and a transmitter, and then the FSI i6 from FlySky is a cheap, awesome 10-channel modifiable, dirt cheap transmitter. Works freaking fantastic. I love it. It fits in my backpack really well too. I really, really like it. And then maybe in the upcoming days we'll get the Raspberry Pis out. I have a couple of Raspberry Pi projects that I would like to get moving before the summer really gets rolling. I have several Raspberry Pi projects that I have in mind. Can actually, once we get these tightened down, I can show you a couple if you guys want. I have them breadboarded already, particularly one that I'm interested in doing, linking the ESP8266, the Wemos D1 boards, to the Raspberry Pis. It's kind of like a little, not really a mesh network, but having them data linked anyway. It should be, I don't know, it should be fun. It should be fun projects. We'll see. Now that things are getting back to normal a little bit for me, that I can try and hang out with you guys and get quality content out. I have a huge mailbag video coming for you guys. I just have to edit it. I don't know whether I'll have it up for this Friday or not, because it needs a lot of editing. It's one of the biggest mailbag episodes ever on this channel. I got a ton of stuff that I ordered through the winter. Hack on Facet is here. Great quality. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. Awesome stuff. Not bad for streaming on the mobile phone then. Like it. I have plenty of bandwidth for my upload, so it's just a matter of how well the iPhone handles the actual and the YouTube app. Actually, it just updated, I noticed, so I think they're doing a lot of work on it. I wish I had it on my Android phones. That would be great versus this iPhone, because they have better cameras. But they're off network, which shouldn't be a problem, but For some reason, both of them, the YouTube Live option still doesn't show up in the app. And the YouTube help just says, if it doesn't show up, your phone is not capable. That's their bloody tech support on that. Not exactly the best. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. That is the last machine screw with Loctite. Clean up our nozzle. And we'll go ahead and cinch all of these down. At least for the arms anyway. I'll trying to keep an eye on the chat to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh yeah, I was going to switch to a better driver before I went live, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, we should be okay. These don't need to be screaming tight. They just got to be good and snug. And then the Loctite will hold them there. Let's just go back to that one. Hopefully for the duration of the life of this quad. I'll show you guys another little trick after as well here in a moment. For keeping an eye, this works for anything, keeping an eye on your fasteners to make sure that you're not getting yourself into troubles. Why in the world? These standoffs, I don't want to tighten these down yet because they're for the upper. Do you live close to the hacksmith? Yes, I do. I live an hour away, and there's a couple of videos on my channel where you can see I went to his shop and checked it all out and spent the day with him. And I'm supposed to go back this summer, but it hasn't happened yet. I talk to the hacksmith every couple weeks. I shoot him a text and see how he's doing. Should actually shoot him a text tonight and see how he's doing after he busted up his arm. Kind of sucks. But yeah, I live close to him. He's a great guy. I get along with him really, really well. It was really nice of him to have me over to his shop. When I actually went to his shop the summer before last, he was, you have to go back in the videos. I think he was right about the 50,000 subscriber mark. And he's grown significantly since then. Pretty crazy. I keep seeing the same message coming up. Strange. Chat. Yep. The hacksmith message keeps coming up. But yes, I live very close to James. He's got an awesome workshop. Awesome. And then these little nylon nuts are going to act as spacers for our power distribution board in a moment. And because the Loctite might have gotten through on the threads here, they will kind of glue right down in place. They don't need to be tight. They do need to be not lost though. Where did it go? Crud. There are lots of spares. eBay to the rescue. Last time I ordered standoffs, I ordered lots of spares. These little assortments you can get off eBay for just a few bucks. And they are super handy for Arduino and electronics projects, you name it. They are just simply awesome. And they're perfect for quadcopters, because they are the standard size that we use, the 440 or whatever it is, thread that we use on these. Very, very handy. Alright, not the right tool for the job, I know, but these do not need to be tight. They are just a spacer. And there will be some residue on there of Loctite. We'll be all set. Awesome, awesome. Cool. Oh, cooking with gas now. Awesome, awesome. Tasty tidbit. When we're done, I'm going to use this. Good old nail polish. I've had the same bottle for probably 15 years. I used it on my archery equipment when I used to shoot competition archery. And it works just as good with quadcopters. What you do is take white nail polish after everything's assembled and just put a tiny little dab on each of the assembly machine screws. And just put a dab so that it kind of runs over onto the arm so that it cures up as like a little perfectly round circle, and then that will be your witness mark. So instead of checking fasteners for tightness to see whether you got any backed off, which would break your Loctite and render it ineffective, you just have to look at the bottom of your quad and see that the little dots all have lined up and haven't broken in half and turned, and then you know if any of your fasteners have backed off in your flights. Very cool little trick. Works in all kinds of, well, different applications. Works really good for quadcopters and, like I said, competition archery. Very, very handy. So, actually, the PDB, we're going to put it something like this. I don't know whether we'll go to soldering this stuff. I may just cut the broadcast short tonight, because I keep seeing the same message in chat over and over, which is kind of pointless. The thing I can't do is I can't moderate, I don't think. Or can I? Nope. Isn't that handy? What I'll do is I will set up my computer next time, and that will solve that, because I will just use the ban hammer, and people who spam the same thing over and over will be banned. Usually I have moderators for such things. If there's a mod in the room, go ahead and use your privileges. If not, no problem. I think we're just about done. So these are going to go to the flight control, these sense lines. Thanks, John. It is coming along. It's coming along great. This is going to be an awesome little quad. So the sense lines, we need the flight control for that. It's going to be the next layer, but this layer will take, and this is going to be the positive end as it's labeled so. So we'll take and set the ESC will go on some double-sided tape. I think I'll wait to do that till, should we do that now? What should we do? Maybe we should do that. I don't know. This is the thing. So what we've got is we've got to fasten these down, but we don't want to have them. Fritz and Lab, no spam? Okay, well, it was actually the previous poster. It was the "Do you live close to the hacksmith?" came up over and over and over on my end, like 100 times at least, possibly more. And then me neither. Must be a bug. Yeah, your me neither came up multiple times. So what we've got to do is, what I usually do is some double-sided tape under the ESCs, and then just a zip tie to hold them. These zip ties do break. I see a lot of people just use electrical tape around them, and I find that looks kind of, I don't know, not the best. It's kind of ugly, but it's highly effective. So I think I'll do this quad the same with the double-sided tape underneath, and then do the zip tie. But we have to have it as low as possible, because these props are going to flex in operation. These are really stiff dowel props, but if you get some of the sloppier glass fiber ones that I run, the 2 blades, they'll flex enough to clip the top of your ESC and take you out of the air. So we will. This is the kind of the whole fun of building quads, is deciding what to do. So there's some open area under here. You know what? I think. Yes, John, heat shrink tubing would work awesome. The problem is you have to put that on before you put the arm on. It doesn't fit over this arm because it's too wide if you're going to shrink down, and then you would have to do it before we assembled those. What I think I'll do is actually I'll just use the double-sided tape, and then I might use hockey tape. I haven't tried this before. I might use hockey tape's heavy-duty stuff for any of you hockey players out there. The stuff is pretty aggressive, but it's not really sticky. But then I might just tape the arms, and then it won't look as ugly as the black tape would that everybody uses. I should probably just stick to black tape because frick it works, but I hate it. It looks ugly as hell. Let's try. The better we seal them, the better too, but in the case of these that just went in the drink, they're fairly open at the ends, and I'm glad I left them that way because when I hung this by my dehumidifier last night after I washed everything out with fresh water, there's no condensation in here or anything. So it worked really, really well. The tighter we seal them, the harder it's going to be to dry it out later when we put it in the drink, is the long story short. This one I've already hockey taped, and this is what it looks like. Because this one was missing all the heat shrink from the bottom, and it's kind of ugly in a way. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's try it. And then we'll stick the double-sided tape under the hockey tape, and that'll be that. Let's do that. Let's try it. But for that, we are going to need to clean them. My alcohol dispenser, pumpy pump. If you don't have one of these little pumps for an alcohol dispenser, get one. These things are awesome. Remove all the gunkies and let things stick. Super, super cool. I'll give it a try. This is really old hockey tape too. This, I don't even know how many years old this is. It's been quite a few since I played. Dry? Nope. Must have got a little aggressive with the alcohol there. And of course my end disappeared. Let's approximate how much tape we're going to need off camera here. Just give it a go. There. Oh, of course, tape sticks to everything except what you want it to. I think I might have overdid it with tape here. So this way, we'll still leave the ends open, which I kind of like, as I learned last night. Oops. Apparently the adhesive's pretty good still. So just pulled the label off. It's wrangling. We can have a couple wrinkles on the bottom, so that's fine. You know what? That might actually be alright. That might be pretty decent. Now the only problem is we're sticking tape to tape now. When we double-sided tape this down, we're going to be sticking double-sided tape to hockey tape, and it may very well come apart, but hey, this is the thing with building quads. There's really no right or wrong way. You can do anything the way you like and just sort of try it and see what happens. I need a new razor blade too. Most definitely. Wipe our arm down a little bit. Always want to hit it with alcohol first if you want things to stick. That should be just perfect. Except it's a little wider than the arm, but so is the ESC. Boom. That'll do. Check that out. So that, because there's ICs, actually the MOSFETs are on the back side, it's not a flat surface, and the double-sided tape gives it something to sink into as well. So I think that'll do pretty good. What we can do is probably I'll wait until I get a sharper razor blade. Replace this one, it's pretty much baffed. And then we can probably trim that off. Let's do that. The next one we'll seat it on tight to the arm, and then we won't have to have as much hassle to trim it. That'll work. That'll work good. I see no reason why not. Good old hockey tape to the rescue. Why not? Stuff's good for everything, including quadcopters. I don't think we need quite as much on this one though. We can go a little bit less. And we'll leave the ends open again, which what I'll do is I'll seal these with the connections with automotive goop glue as well. That stuff is fantastic for sealing things up. That'll do. This one had most of the heat shrink was still good. Persistence, perseverance gets it done. You were shot last night. Good move, pack it in. Cool. Yeah, last night was a mess. Oh man, was that a mess. I don't think I could have made so many errors unless I actually had tried. That was ridiculous. Yeah, well, makes for interesting content, I suppose, in a roundabout way. Why not? Oh, yeah. Forgot our cleanup. This time we'll stick the tape tight to one side. And then we should be good. ESC will be centered, but tape won't be. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, there's definitely a bug with the chat. This is the same messages over and over. Interesting. Good to know. Well, so that's easy to fix too. I just get my iPad out and then we set it up as a chat client for me to watch. There we go. That'll be good. That'll be good. Didn't cut it quite so long, but this will be easy to trim. On the back side, we've got all the excess only on one side. Easy peasy. That's going to look a little classier. I just wish I didn't have it under those wires, but hey, whatever. Live and learn. Bit by bit, we get it done. What are you guys building out there tonight? Anybody doing any interesting projects these days? I like trying to keep up with the community, all you guys out there. I haven't been able to catch up on the Tech Live shows since we haven't had them in quite a little while. There we go. Sweet. This one I cut a little too long, but that's okay. More is gooder. Sweet. I'm trying to stay on camera a bit better. That would be nice too. I suspect I'm probably missing chat messages too. It seems to be really messed up. Keep showing the same ones over and over. That's okay. This time, let's go a little shorter. Oh, nothing more dangerous than a dull knife. This thing is pooched. Pooched. Now, let's see if we can line it to the ones. Dope. Oddly enough, I discovered dollar store double-sided tape is actually really good stuff. This is just like normally like anything from dollar store, like doesn't work terribly well for flying things and whatnot, but man, this double-sided tape is awesome. It's really sticky and lasts forever. Stuff's been on this 210 since last summer, no problem. So yeah, pretty cool. Surprising. More hockey tape. One more time. We go around. I would like to do some of these build videos as an edited one, but truthfully they take a hell of a pile of work to do a proper build video and proper edit. And when I go to intend to make them, I generally never get around to finishing them. I have the best of intentions, but I just never get there. So I figured these live shows would fill the gap. That's fun to hang out with you guys. Awesome. That's looking more gooder. We can still see that brag that we've got 30 amp ESCs on here. RFID project receiver. So I came to subscribe. You did some RFID work. Yes, I did actually. There. On that topic, I have sitting set up, ready to go. This is my RFID reader and an Arduino Nano. And I was trying some fun of reading hotel key cards, and now I have to figure out how to make the video so so I don't run into legal issues, to be totally honest. The hotel key cards that I had were definitely, one of them is very much readable and clonable, and my question myself now is like, how do I do this and show this without basically just causing trouble for the channel. The other RFID video, I just told people flat out in the video, if you're asking about cloning cards, don't, because I'm not going to answer. And people kind of got the message. But it's, I don't know, I think it's something that should be shown, particularly for the European hotels that I stay at that are still using the cheap MyFair cards that you can clone easily. And yeah, don't assume your hotel room is secure unless you've got the deadbolt set in your door. Cool. Should we cut these off now? Let's see if we can get... Sorry guys, you're gonna bounce around a bit here. Let's maybe see if we can trim these off first. Aren't all cards clonable? Yeah, I suppose they kind of really are, in a way, but it depends on how much work is required, and like how easy it is and who can do it and duplicate it. When it takes nothing but an Arduino, and actually don't even take an Arduino, you can actually do it without even that. I think some are worse than others, put it that way. The question is do they need to be pointed out to people, or should I just sort of keep it to myself? So now the trick is to cut through these without cutting through the tape. I want to only cut through the double-sided tape, but not our hockey tape. There we go. Sweet. That's gonna be slick. That's gonna be an interesting build. We'll see. This thing is gonna be a bloody speed demon. I know that for a fact. This is the one. I need to trim both sides. Come on. I'm used to my dull blade. Now going to a new one, I have to get the feel for it again, because I don't want to punch through and cut into the break our seal that we just did on the ESC. What little seal it is, but it was good enough. My 210 had no damage. Beginner's tech. Did not get notification. Do you have notifications enabled for the channel and it still didn't notify you? Because that sucks. That really sucks. If that's the case. I'm just about done here shortly, actually. Sorry to say. But it's awesome that you got to come and hang out, Beginner's Tech. Good to see you, buddy. How's things since the stuff you had and the troubles you had not too long ago? Hopefully life's coming around. There we go. Check that out. 4 ESCs, soldered, glued down. Fantastic. A little mini zip tie around there. Those things will never go anywhere. We'll add some automotive goop glue over these connections, and I think we'll just leave it at that. Next quad, maybe I'll try water tree. What do you call this stuff? It's not fluid film, but basically a clear lacquer, and we'll seal up the ESCs. But I don't know how well they'll react because they get bloody hot, right? Especially on this quad, they're gonna get stupid hot. Rebuilding the house, but life is going. Well, I'm glad things are moving along for you. That sucks what happened. If things wouldn't have got crazy, what I was going to do is I was going to ask you, when I was hitting you up on Twitter, I was kind of going to see about setting up like a GoFundMe or whatever, but sorry I didn't. Things just got nuts. Hopefully your insurance company came good and is looking after you. Sweet. I saw something about electrical tape. These chat messages only last like 1 second. Sucks. Right on. Alright, so we're all set. Now we'll take what I usually do is just whatever, wrap our signal leads for the ESCs. We just get them the heck out of the way because we won't need those until we deal with the flight control board. And we'll just set them back here, whatever. Throw some tape around them, and keep them out of the way while we build, and then we'll go ahead and we'll solder up our power leads to our power distribution board and get things sort of all set for the video transmitter as well as the camera as well as the flight control board itself, and we'll be in good shape. They will go, we have our 5-volt and ground on the sides, got a new printer out of the whole deal, insurance is covering it. Love the community help each other out. Yeah, I wish I could have done more, buddy. I really wanted to, but yeah, my video the other day kind of tried to explain a little bit. Things are just nuts. Cheers, Bob. Have a good night. I'm going to sign off here. Actually, I'm not going to solder these up tonight. We're going to call it quits and call that as a productive evening. We're one step closer to building the center section and put our camera and our flight control in. We'll be to this stage, and this is the exact same running gear except way lighter quadcopter as this one, and I can tell you this one is bloody rocket ship, so this is going to be a bloody blast. Alright guys, I'll go live again some other time. I don't know whether I'll go live again. Let me know if you guys in the comments, let me know if you want to see this build continue on live streams, because I can do it. It's a little pain to work around the camera, but it's not too bad. So let me know. I will see you guys soon. Have a fantastic night. Click a thumbs up on this video if you liked it, and I will talk to you very soon, guys. All the best. Cheers.